Alright, everybody, welcome back for another video of Virtual Warfare, text-based roleplay fighting tutorial series. And today's lesson is Advanced Combat. Yes, we did it. We're from basics, now we're in the advanced part. And congratulations to everybody who feel like they're ready for the advanced part. Uh, the advanced part is about measurements, it's about energy, it's about just being more realistic in your role play. Um, so without further ado, let's just get right into it, cause so we don't have to make this video too long. Oh, there's actually three parts to this. One first part is about measurements, which is like speed, distance, and stuff like that. The second part is about effort and how much. How you can document the effort of your character or how much effort you're putting into attack. And the third part would be how to use or um, better enhance your telekinetic manipulation. You know, you can use focus quality, focus power, stuff like that. So it's just more enhanced stuff in this video. So let's just get right into it. Say in this lesson, the training to become more advanced in virtual warfare will be given and explained a step-by-step process, just like that in basic combat. To exceed and reach the lessons of quantum combat, which is the next level, one must first one must be first able to create a world or action as realistic and specific as possible. Okay? So this would create a more clear and vivid picture of the surroundings, depth, and power of the entire scene. To achieve this, one must first know how to acknowledge the various types of measurements within the physical world for realism and actuality. Without them, space-time is lost. So pretty much it's saying that without using measurements, your role play would just be dull. It would just be dull, and people really won't be able to see exactly what you're doing. So adding measurements is not only good to resist or avoid assumptions. It's also good to just make a bigger picture, make your role play more better. So let's look at the types of measurements and understandings of advanced combat that we have to use to be a better fighter. Um, the first one is space, which is connected to space time. For the first one is space. Uh, one of the most crucial measurements to understand in order to perfect and transcend from the advanced ways of combat is the continuum of space. Analyzing the space around you will help you open new areas ready to be filled with any progress and success that one may have, namely attacking and defending. Without understanding the dynamics of space, you cannot travel or move to create any valid success or progress within that dynamic. And the commands of basic combat, one must first state they are or will travel to the opponent. However, in advanced combat, one must detail and describe the area of traveling by understanding the distance of the occupied space. So it's pretty much saying in this lesson, or I mean in this version, this level of virtual warfare, you will, instead of just saying that you traveled to the opponent, now you would have to say how far you were when you travel to the opponent, or how far you're going to be after you stop traveling to the opponent. So here's an example right here: being in the ring with a 15-foot radius, my opponent being 10 foot from the edge of the ring, me standing in the center, that would make me 5 foot away from the opponent. I meant to say pause the video, figure out yourself, but it's pretty simple. Stating the distance is used to show how far one character is away from another. So without spending too much time on this, let's just continue on. So there's also other measurements. I tried to put in a family tree, didn't work that well, so you can actually ignore that. But keep in mind of the colors. That may help you remember certain measurements to add while you're fighting. So let's get right into it. The first one is time. Time is used to determine the duration of an actual procedure, how much time something took. The exertion is to determine the measurement of effort or potential within an action, or how much energy one is using to make an action. Okay, the force is to determine the result power or of the exertion or outcome. How much energy is being carried out as a result of that effort. Speed is to determine the quickness of an action or procedure, how fast something traveled or something. And the distance is how far away, determine the length of space or range of travel, how far away you are from a person, how far away you have to go to. In chat, you can actually know this footnote says the reason why they are displayed as a family tree is to help you put together their origin and what that created. You can ignore that. That was actually something I tried to be creative about, and and it didn't work out. So let's just move on with that. The next one is time, which is also connected to space time. And this measurement to understand, also recommended to be the second to know, is the dynamics of time, whether it's 2 seconds or a fraction of a second. Learning the qualities of time will illuminate and or determine the understanding of and precursors of the measures of speed. So you can actually use time to replicate a document of speed. For example, say you don't know the speed, but it took me 2 seconds to get there. You can. I'm not very good at math myself, but you can determine the speed by the distance and how far. I mean, how long it took to get there. So you can use time for speed and you can use speed for time. So it doesn't really matter which one you use, long as the essence of time is 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 uh is documented or stated, or at least try to be documented, because without it everything would just seem so spontaneous and all over the place. So just keep that in mind. um, so without the consideration of speed, time is lost, and there would be no verification or valid documents on how efficient, successful, or quickly the dynamics of distance were traveled or occupied. In other words, without stating the level of speed, any advanced documents of space-time is invalid. The proper way to calculate forms of speed is by understanding the laws of exertion or the measurements of efforts, which I will be explaining in the next video. I won't talk too much about it, but it's pretty much speaks for itself. Speaks for itself. It's the principles, the measurements of effort one uses to carry out an action, and these are designed to where you can use it in role play and actually use it to have a statement. Like, for example, say you state a certain speed, now you can state a certain level of potential and still count as valid or whatever. So let's just move on. I don't want to spend too much time in these videos. Um, the next one's force. So force, with every cause there's an effect. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't push the slide. All right, with every cause there's effect. This measurement for advanced combat is stating one's force, or one's overall outcome or reason. Excuse me, get some water. Just as the measurement, just as the measurement of space is one of the most crucial and forgotten, so is this one. Without stating the measurement of force, let me start that over. Just as the measurement of space is one of the most crucial, if forgotten, so is this one. Without stating this measurement, all that was stated prior can be lost. There will be no documented outcome or effort or effect for the previous action. So whatever that was written beforehand will become invalid or no. So I'm struggling to read my own stuff because it's been so long since I rewrote it. I just haven't rewrote it. I wrote it like a couple years ago and I just kept it as that because I guess it was just too much to do to begin with. I just left it as that. It's good enough to explain at least. Uh, let's just move on. The catch about this measurement is that it must match the level of its initiation. So, for example, right here, you can't use a minimum amount of strain or focus, or you can't use a minimum amount of exertion and expect a result that requires a full force effort. It just won't make sense. Whatever force you're using, it has to match the force of the effort that you're using to carry out with. Um, uh, just like the laws of exertion, the measurements of force can also be fluctuated and changed for a series of events. For example, I was explaining this in one of my basic videos, how you can uh, cause a quote unquote chain reaction and cause more damage. Well, let's look at the example right here. It says, I use a force to break someone's nose. and this can cause the tearing of the eyes, and that will cause the vision to be blurred, and that can cause someone to be unbalanced because they can't really see, and because of that, you can just do a lot of stuff with that, so just keep that in mind that you can actually change some injuries, like for example, say I hit your arm and I cut it and it's bleeding and now it's numb, and just certain stuff like that. You can just continue on. So let's move on. This is the last uh, measurement. Is distance. It was supposed to be in the beginning, but somehow it got down here all the way at the end. So let's just finish it up before we end the video. So this measurement is recommended to be understood first, as you can see. It is the features of distance, whether it is a distance between this or across that. Stating distance verifies that space-time exists and is accessible to manipulate and control for an advantage in the role play. Just like I explained earlier, distance is used to let's see right here, is used to verify that space time exists. Without distance, it's just everything. It just seems like it's just stationary, and everything's just there. So now that we have distance, we can see how far away something is from something else. For example, right here, standing 2 feet away, knowing average arm length is 2 feet. So that's pretty much for the video. Stay tuned for more. I'm sorry this video is not the best video, but in the future, I promise that all these videos will be remastered. It will be more professional, and it will be more attractive to the eye. So just bear with me for now. I'm just trying to get these videos out here so people can know exactly what I'm doing. And if people want to help and support me, they can. But right now I'm a one-man band, and I like doing this. So it's just fun to me. So no stress, no stress. But it's still fun though. So that's pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody next time. Deuces!